of the theft of Punjab's territory and precious natural resources. 75% of Punjab's precious river water is being illegally appropriated by India, the adjoining states of India. This is contrary to the riparian law, which is recognized internationally and also by the Indian Constitution itself. Punjab is destined to become a desert by 2010 because of the theft of your natural resources. It is a story of the denial of your economic rights. Punjab's farmers are not allowed to sell their produce freely. They are forced to sell their produce to the Indian central government at a price set by the Indian central government. What a travesty! This is a story about demographic change deliberately brought about in the Sikh homeland to make the Sikhs a minority in their own homeland. We have experienced genocide. Some 200,000 Sikhs have been killed by the Indian state since 1984. We also witness mass inward migration into our Punjab. This is a story about India's gross interference in Sikh institutions. The Akal Takht Sahib Jathedar is hired and fired by functionaries of the Indian state. What a travesty! Deras, scandalous deras which cause sacrilege and offend the very tenets of our religion, are sponsored and are flourishing in Punjab. This is a story about the brazen denial of the Sikh nation's right to self-determination as enshrined in international law. The 1966 Covenant on Human Rights, Civil and Political Rights, adopted by the General Assembly, in Article 1 reads as follows: all peoples have the right of self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social and cultural development. India rejects the application of that right to you, the Sikhs. India has lodged a formal reservation at the United Nations which expressly states that Article 1 of the 1966 Covenant on Civil and Political Rights does not apply to the peoples living within India's borders. Khalsa Ji, the United Nations itself has rejected that position and requested India to withdraw that reservation. It is no secret that there is conflict in many parts of the Indian state, from Punjab to Kashmir, Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Bodoland. Why? I ask here in the central London today, why do we have these conflicts all over the Indian state? It is because India is denying the right to national self-determination. This is also the story about the denial of free speech. We stand here today in Britain speaking about our rights without fear. In Punjab, even today, the right of Sikh leaders and activists to speak about self-determination has been clamped down, and they are charged with sedition. Just last month, 19 Sikh leaders were charged with sedition. And this from a country that parades itself as the mother of all democracies and the largest democracy in the world. This is a story about state terrorism. Genocide has been committed against you, the Sikhs, in response to a peaceful mass movement to achieve our rights. Some 200,000 Sikhs have been killed over the last 25 years. The response of the Sikhs, I have mentioned the history. Now, what is the response of the Sikhs? In 1986, the Sarbat Khalsa, the national gathering of the Sikhs, passed a resolution in favor of Khalistan. We are committed to that resolution. Khalistan Zindabad! Zindabad! Finally, what is our appeal here today to the international community? We demand an international criminal court to bring to justice those who have carried out genocide and crimes against humanity against the Sikhs. We also require the United Nations to intervene in Punjab and to sponsor a referendum on independence for a sovereign state of Khalistan. Khalistan is your birthright. We shall continue our struggle in accordance with international law for freedom and liberation of Khalistan. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.